welcome back to my channel and thanks for hanging out with me today. So, we're gonna go ahead and talk about episode 3 of Tsurune. So episode 3 pretty much basically focuses on Minato and Onogi, which Onogi is another favorite of mine. He became a favorite of mine instantly, just as much as our beautiful, beautiful man, Masaki. So yeah, those are my two favorite characters as of now. And Onogi, we all already knew that he did not like Minato and he didn't really acknowledge him because of the way he acted in the first episode. Which in return, Minato doesn't really care. He's just like, okay, whatever, it doesn't really bug me. He can acknowledge me whenever, if he wants, doesn't matter. You know, Minato's just kind of doing his own thing. It doesn't really affect him, honestly. And the reason why I think it doesn't really affect him is because he knows that he can prove himself, and then once he proves himself, Onogi will come around. Which these two have voiced their opinions about each other, and they're just like, okay, whatever, and they just kind of go their separate ways. And it isn't until Ryouhei, which beautiful cutie pie of a sunshine boy in this series, wants to make everything better and have like a good atmosphere all around, because this is something that he's always wanted. Like, he finally got Minato in and he's like, well, this is not what I was expecting, and like I said, he just wants everyone together and get along, which again, this boy is very, very pure and sweet. So he tries to see if there's any way he can help Minato with his target panic and try to get Onogi and Minato come together, or come to like an understanding, basically. And along the way, which I thought was really sweet, that Ryouhei ended up researching target panic and see like what is there that he can do for his friend, which like I said, it's such a sweet little thing. Like, I don't know, I thought that was like really sweet, but he's like going out of his way to see if there's anything at all that he can do for his dear friend, which he kind of sees that, you know, he really can't do much other than just let it be and let Minato handle it on his own and let it, you know, come naturally, because that's really all that he can do. But with his research, he can kind of see that Minato is taking the right steps to try to, you know, overcome his target panic. And with this, he wants to show Onogi that he is determined and he wants to get over this and change, and that he's not going to half-ass things, as Onogi put it. And you know, Ryouhei does get a little bit of help from our pink-haired boy, which I forgot his name. Damn it. I don't know. I forgot his name. But anyway, he's always the one that's like bright and cheerful, and the girls are always flocking with him, which I thought was really funny. How all these club members that wanted to join, they were like, oh, it's because of him and his fan club, and then but like most of the complaints of why they didn't want to join was because of Onogi being scary. I thought that was freaking hilarious, and Onogi tries to act like, oh, whatever, but in the end he's like, is it really my fault? Which I thought was freaking hilarious. It shows that he is like a little bit like concerned about that. He's just like, well, oops. You know? Which, by the way, this whole episode I really, really do love Onogi so far. But I mean, I always like these type of characters because they end up being kind of like rude and mean, but they always have like a really good heart deep down inside. And I don't know why I always love these type of characters for some odd reason, because they always end up turning around throughout the season. And yeah, I don't know, just yeah, I love him. And you know, the Ryouhei and the other pink-haired boys' plan doesn't really go as they expected, and honestly I was really hoping that Onogi would like be like, okay, now I understand, and go back to at least understanding Minato, I guess. But he just was like, okay, whatever. He was just kind of like saying, you know, this doesn't really prove anything. And it takes Ryouhei to say like a couple words, which I thought was really sweet, like how like everything that he said, and pretty much just say, you know, just he's like, I know, I trust that he's going to be at his best at some point, and he's like pretty much saying, you know, like, you gotta believe me. And what I really love is that Onogi, even though he doesn't confide, I guess, not confide, but like really want to put like 100% trust in Minato yet, he's like, I'll put my trust in you because his words really touched him. So he was just like, you know what? I'll trust you. And if you trust him, then all right. Which I thought, like I said, that was a really, really sweet moment and one of my favorite parts in this episode. And towards the end of this episode, which I thought was freaking hilarious, was when Masaki pops out at the end and he's basically going to coach them, I believe. And I love seeing Onogi's reaction and Minato's reaction because they were like complete opposites. You have one that's shocked and then you have Onogi that's like all happy and excited. So I was like, oh, he knows our beautiful man, which I'm excited to see like what that history is there. Like, which I'm pretty sure that he's the reason why he takes archery so seriously, which I'm pretty sure, like I said, we'll find out later or soon enough. But things are about to get really, really interesting. And another thing I want to mention was I was really surprised that Minato didn't mention anything about Masaki to his friends, because his friends are kind of like wondering, like, I wonder why he decided to join the club. Like, especially Seiya, he was like, he joined it a lot sooner than he expected. And he was like, I wonder what the reason was. And I was like, is he gonna tell them the reason? I mean, he did kind of, but not really. But looks like Minato's gonna explain like how he knows him, and hopefully he'll tell him, you know, he's the reason why I am picking up this again. So yeah, very excited for the next episode and see what are we gonna dive into. Ugh, I'm so happy. I was wondering how our beautiful man was going to interact more with our boys, especially because he did give us a hint at the very beginning of the episode. He's like, as long as you're doing this, I'll be there. And I was like, what do you mean? And towards the end of the episode, I was like, ah, that's what you meant. Oh man, things are about to get really interesting and I'm very excited. And so yeah, that is everything I wanted to discuss for this week's episode. I hope you guys liked enjoying hearing me ramble on about, like I said, this week's episode. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!